lap 5, and then, oh, there we are, in the leaders. And it's a McLaren. I'd love to get out of the way, mate, but ah! Handbrakes on the in. Look at that rock. Oh my god! What is up, YouTube Nation? It is Sim Racing content creator number 73 here, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to hop in my Sim Racing time machine. TM, all the way back to 1997 when this little cutie right here was 6 years old. 6-year-old me had chicken pox, so I was very ill at the time, and my mum went out to the shops to get me a little treat to make me feel better. A little bag of pick and mix, and when she came home and gave me this little bag of pick and mix from Woolworths, by the way, if you're from the UK, then rip. I noticed the bag was slightly heavier than normal. I looked inside the bag, and inside it was Formula 1 97. Now, I was super hyped to play this game. I love F1. I saw the adverts on TV. I was so looking forward to getting in and playing myself. But before I did, I read the little book. And I noticed in the book that there were 12 teams, one of which was Lola MasterCard. And I loved the livery of the car when I was a kid. They were really colourful and awesome. So, I'm going to drive this one. And yeah, I went into the game and there was no Lola to be found. Interesting. Flash forward to 2022 and here I am still talking about video games. That's depressing. And we now have all the information about what happened there. So basically in 1997, Lola wanted to stab at F1, come back to F1 with a bang. And they had a massive sponsor behind them, which was MasterCard. And that sounds like an awesome combination, right? Wrong. Lola pleaded MasterCard to give them another year to develop the car because it was not ready for the 1997 season. But MasterCard said, you know what, no, we're going to pull out if you don't run a car this season. So Lola, very, very reluctantly, took a car with absolutely zero testing to the first round at Melbourne. They even made it through to qualifying just about, but were a massive 5 seconds off the next slowest car. And were 11 seconds off the pole position time set by Jacques Villeneuve. So the team did make it to round 2 at Interlagos, but didn't qualify and didn't race, and after that they just simply vanished. All gone. And I've driven a ton of F1 cars in Sim, but I've never driven the Lola. And it's not really available anywhere. So me and Bailey managed to dig up an old mod, an old league mod that we used to use back in, whenever it was, as we did a Stroll 97 league. Editor Chan, show footage of that.
Oh, defended by Bacho. Oh, he's really slow on the apex. This is definitely holding me up.
And that little mod pack had a Lola in, but the mod itself was a League edition, so we had to actually make our own Lola. Basically go into the vehicle files and make it bad. And today we're going to try that out and see what it's like. I've driven it only once to make sure it all works. I have no idea what its pace is like compared to the rest of the mod, but I thought it'd be really, really awesome to drive what is probably one of the worst F1 cars of all time, and give you guys maybe who aren't aware of this car a bit of an insight as to how bad this thing really was. I mean, you guys think the Haas was bad this year. This is something else, trust me. Just before we get into the video, if you enjoy at any point, I'd appreciate you just tapping that like button and subscribing as well. The channel's seen a little bit of an uptick recently, so thank you so much for that. It's always nice to see you guys enjoying the content. And as always, if you have any suggestions for future content, feel free to let me know in the comments below.
Also, right now it's 15% off all merch if you apply the code Jimmy15 at checkout. Merch link in description. Yeah.
So here it is, our extremely cursed Lola. In fact, I can give it a little spin that... That's a big spin. Probably faster than the car actually ever went in real life as well. And I'm pretty excited to get into driving this because outside of my little tiny test, I've not really had a proper go at it yet with these amended physics to make it a bit closer to what the real life version was like. And speaking of real life, what we're going to try and do to really, you know, put home the suffering that this car and the drivers went through is we're going to recreate the qualifying session at Melbourne. But then, because in my world the 107% rule does not exist, we're going to put it in the race and show you just how depressing it would be to be one of the drivers of this car. Oh, I love these noises so much, man. So we find ourselves then in the pit lane at Melbourne in our Lola. We're going to get out nice and early, I think, because there's only one way we're going to get our sponsors any coverage, which is being on circuit first. Here we go then. So, if you're wondering why I'm in the absolutely filthy casual... Ah, shit! I spent the pit lane. If you're wondering why I'm in the filthy casual T-cam view, it's because I forgot to change a 1 to a 0 on a file structure somewhere. and the mirrors do not work in the cockpit, and we're gonna need our mirrors. So, oh my god! Stop! This car, I think, horsepower-wise, wasn't too far down on the other cars, but that's not where it was. Where it was shit. It was shit everywhere else. Not much downforce, not much grip anywhere, and we've tried to make the car reflect that somewhat when driving it around. So, seeing our outlap already, I'm just struggling to get any sort of power down, even at speed. Having to brake very, very early for these corners where you just sort of overshoot them. And I suspect it won't be too long before we see a car come out in our mirror and just give you some context as to how slow we're going compared to the rest of the field. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's just so fat.
Massive.
It feels like there's just no grip at all. Constantly fighting the thing to try and stay on the road. Absolutely nothing in the medium speed. So, for context, a good time round here in this car, it's like a 28, 27. Or in a car from this era, I should say, this mod. Let's see what we can do in the Lola. Oh, I made it for G1. Not full throttle, now we're full throttle. Where do I brake here? It's always earlier than you think in the Lola. Any braking point that you know for this track, back it up by about 50 meters or 50 feet. Whatever the number is. Back the fucker up is what I'm saying. It's like driving a fast iRacing setup, where it's just a shopping trolley at the back. Oh, Jesus. We're 1.2 seconds up on our best time, but 6 seconds down in the first sector on Frentzen. That's going to be hard to tell MasterCard. I'm gripping the wheel so violently as well to try and stop any sort of movement. There you go. Oh, understeering second part there. 10 seconds down on Frentzen, man. 11 seconds pretty much. Easy, easy. There you go. In the mirror, I'm like giving it everything, and this car's cruising up to the back of me. 18 seconds off. A very healthy 141 there. So I think we're ready for the race, guys. What do you reckon? I wonder where we're going to end up in qualifying. So here are your qualifying standings. A 1:22.9 from Heinz-Harald Frentzen. Really fast time there for him. Our qualifying time, I mean, you can see we scroll down a bit. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. There we are, 23rd, 18 seconds off. Is there any? Are we on softs? We're on every. Okay. So the plan for the race is to run 10 laps and see how long it takes for me to get lapped. Because I've got a sneaking suspicion that I'm not going to be challenging anyone for a win today. So here we are on the grid in our Lola. I'm going to use an old school tactic here, the pit lane speed limiter trick. Basically traction control. Let's go. Oh my god, I still just didn't get off the grid at all. No traction at all from those rear tyres, it feels like. And then we go down to T1 and there's already a substantial gap between me and the next car. Even though I am gunning it through the first couple of corners. There's just nothing I can do. Oh, I'm on the back of a Benetton almost. I can see it. Guys, come back. Guys, come back. Come on out. Oh, Jesus. I'm trying so hard. But it's just not going to work. Look how much of a gap there is already between me and the other cars. And bear in mind, this is me ragging this thing and braking as late as I can brake, getting on the throttle quite aggressively, as you've seen by some of the sideways movement. And already they're out of view. 5 seconds by the time we get to the end of Sector 2 is the gap between me and the next car. I wonder how long it's going to take before I end up, oh my god, getting lapped. And this is why the 107% rule exists, because you're just driving around on your own already. The lap from a standing start was still 12 seconds or so faster than my best lap. Sorry, 17 seconds slower. I can't do maths, but then Frentzen, oh my god. So at that rate, we're going to get lapped in not very much time at all. I was hoping there'd be an incident or something up front so I could actually show you some more context. When these guys come round to lap me, you're going to see Just a difference. It's unreal if I don't crash the car myself first. It just feels like an F1 car that has had everything turned down. I've got a feeling, by the way, the reason why John Lacey is so slow is because I asked my good friend Bailey to do the talent files for me for this race. And he doesn't like John Lacey, so I think he's made John Lacey bad on purpose, a little shit. 125 from DC. What can we do in our Lola? Oh, it's going to be a healthy 142. There it is. This is the struggle of driving this car. And it also, I think, it highlights just like what some of the lower performance... Oh my god. The drivers like Mick Schumacher, dare I say it, Mazepin. It sort of highlights what's going on for these guys. You know, these guys might be driving the race of their second life at the back of the grid there, but you'd never know because the car is so bad that it's all just being covered up. I think there's only one car that's worse than this from F1 history. We'll get into that at some point, I think. Oh, I'm just so lonely back here. I just can't carry any speed for the corner. Oh, someone's had an off. Someone's crashed and the car knows out. There's a wheel there on the circuit, which means that I am not last, boys. Where the hell is Frentzen, though, at this point? I'm expecting very soon to see in my mirror a very fast Williams. 5, and there we are, in the leaders. And it's a McLaren. I'd love to get out of the way, mate, but and maybe it'll work better without a front wing. Look at this top speed. Absolutely bullied. Please stop. I just want to be an F1 driver. Please. Right, we're going to have to come into the pits to get this fixed. I mean, we might lose. No, we're not going to lose any places, which is fine, but this car is bought. So we're going to get it fixed and see if we can get back out on circuit and race some of these fuckers. Oh, Melbourne pit lane. The T-pose domination from my boy there on the left. What a king. And the mustache, that is not a... It's like a Velcro strip. But yeah, fuck it. Mustache dear. Oh, my car. Oh, look in the background, in the mirror there. That's my car getting hot. It's too hot. I've sat for too long, so now I've got to try and be careful. Otherwise, if I block, I could easily blow up here. Oh, look in the mirror. He's back. He's back to finish the job. Mika, no. Actually, I think Hakkinen has damage, so that I see behind me now Williams and Ferrari. I'm going to get out of the way. But you're going to now see us get absolutely steam trained by the field. I'm trying my best. Watch me outbrake him into here. Easy. Oh, Jesus, I've outbrake myself. Come back! But I think it really effectively just highlights how slow this car was. This is, you know, about roughly the performance it didn't have or had or whatever. Oh, my God. And these AI take no fucking prisoners. Don't pump me, don't pump me, don't pump me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so slow. I'm trying my best, legitimately. Please, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm just sliding through there on throttle. Right, let's race the arrows. Come on, that's the next slowest car. Chuck her in. There's just no chance against any of them. Getting fighty, but it's not worth it. I'm here! The relentless bully from the AI against even the AI hate the Lola, man. Oh, that's it. That's race over. We got lapped twice on lap 8. We're out. Would we have been lapped twice without the pit stop? Probably, I think. But there you go. That is an insight into just how terrible the 97 Lola F1 car was. The entire... I feel like I was working harder than anyone else in that field, but going substantially slower, which is why it sums up most of my races, actually. But here, I think, you got to see it. You got to see it play out. So, definitely, I think, one of the worst F1 cars that took to qualifying or attempted to qualify for a race. But there are probably some more out there. So if you have any more ideas or anything else you want me to see in terms of these terrible cars, feel free to let me know below. I'm always up for trying some other stuff. Man, what a shitter. Well, I think we can agree that was fairly terrible. As I said while driving it, it just doesn't do anything well. It doesn't accelerate well, doesn't brake well, doesn't turn well. There's pretty much no downforce. So you spend all your time just correcting the car. You feel like a fucking hero doing it. Then you look at the timesheets, you're 15, 16 seconds a lap slower than the next guy on circuit. So fun to try out. Would not recommend. And my sincere condolences to Suspiri and Rossett, who had to actually drive this car in front of people and get what I assume is thoroughly embarrassed. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was really fun to make. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, do all that good shit. And if you fancy supporting the channel a little bit further, you can do so by becoming a member, hitting the join button down below, or becoming a patron. The link is below in the description. A big thank you to my current sponsors and channel members. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Have an awesome day. See you all next time.